Hello and welcome to the race series half marathon preview video. We are very grateful to Fingal County Council for allowing us to use Newbridge House as a new venue for the start and finish of the race this year. The race is an ideal preparation with 5 weeks to the SSE Airtricity Dublin Marathon. Before we get to the start, we would ask participants to consider possibly carpooling to ease pressure on the car park facilities. There is also an excellent rail connection to Donabate from Dublin and from further north. Car drivers on arrival at Donabate are asked to cooperate with the stewards and allow plenty of time to get to the start area from the car parking facility. Please note that the start for this race will be at 9:30 in the morning. The start line is before the allotments on Turvey Avenue. The race will then proceed in the direction of the old Belfast Road, the R132. The first half mile of the race is relatively flat. We veer left at the first junction and we pass some industrial premises before we come to the roundabout at Centra. As we approach the roundabout, we will be turning right onto the R132 at the Renault garage, taking the short exit off the roundabout and running in the direction of Blake's Cross and the old Belfast Road. We will be then approaching our first mile. The first mile is located in this section of the road. There's a slight uphill as we approach the first mile. We will then ask runners to make sure they stay on the right hand side of the road. We have full access to the right hand side of the road. Having passed the first mile, we will then be approaching Blake's Cross. As we approach Blake's Cross, we will be directing you in the direction of Lusk village, turning right at Blake's Cross onto the Dublin Road. This area is locally known as New Haggard Lusk, with cottages on the left hand side. The second mile is just after Marion Nursery on the left hand side of the road. On the Dublin Road there are actually two little rolling hills on the approach to Lusk village. On the approach to Lusk village, we will come to the Dublin Road roundabout. We will be taking the first turn left into Lusk village. This roundabout is also locally known as the Black Raven roundabout. Your first water station will be just as you exit the roundabout before you come into the village. The 3 mile mark is in this area. You will have a lovely view of Lusk Round Tower and Monastery, which dates back to 450 AD. There are lovely thatched cottage on the right with Kelly's Garage and Eric Leonard Motors on the left. Local people in Lusk are very proud of the fact that they won the bronze medal in the National Tidy Towns in both 2015 and 2016. On our left hand side there is a Celtic bronze sculpture of 2 sets of adjoining hands. This symbolises the welcome from existing residents to new residents in the area. Many new residents have moved into Lusk over the recent years. Approaching the square in Lusk, locally known as Murray's Corner, with Murray's pub on the right, you veer slightly to the left and head up through the main street in Lusk. Once again there is a slight rise in the road here before we come to the Skerries Road roundabout. You will have also passed the first cheering zone to help you get over the little hill in Lusk village. As we approach the Skerries Road roundabout, we will proceed in the direction of Skerries, taking the first exit off the roundabout. In this section of the course there are two fairly tough climbs. We will pass mile 4 and mile 5 in this section. Just after mile 5 we will be turning left at the turn for Manowar. This area is locally known as Palmerstown. Our second water station will be located in this area, just close to the 6 mile marker. We are then running in the direction of Manowar, relatively flat initially with some twisty roads, and then we will start to climb towards the hill at Manowar. To the left there are some smashing views of Dublin city and mountains. There is a long gradual incline which lasts approximately 1 kilometre, probably the toughest part of the race. Great views again to your left hand side, and you can actually see across to Donabate and our starting point. As we approach Manowar pub, we are turning left in the direction of your finish. Initially you will have a downhill section. You will pass the 7 mile mark just about 200 metres after the Manowar pub. We are then coming close to our second cheering zone, which is located near the Manowar GA club, which will be on our left hand side. In this area we will also be passing by Oberstown Juvenile Detention Centre on our right hand side. Just after we pass Country Crest Foods, there is a long downhill, this area locally known as Balloch. You will pass the 8 mile mark on the downhill section. Once again there are some smashing views across Dublin to your left hand side. We are now approaching the R132 again. This time we are turning left and heading back towards Blake's Cross. As we pass Murtagh's pub, the next feed station is located at Murtagh's pub. The 9 mile mark is also in this area. We then proceed on down the R132, ensuring that we stay on the left hand side of the road as the other side of the carriageway is still open. As we are running now in the area locally known as Carduff, there is a historic school on our left hand side called Carduff National School. It was here that the principal was Thomas Ashe. Thomas Ashe was a famous Republican, born in Kerry but lived and worked in this area and was the principal teacher in Carduff Primary School. He was the commanding officer of the 5th Fingal Battalion in the 1916 Rising. After the Rising he was sentenced to 2 years penal servitude in Mountjoy prison. He went on hunger strike looking for political status. He died from the ill effects of forcible feeding on the 25th of September 1917, aged 32 years. As we pass Carduff National School, we have just passed the 10 mile mark. We're then running on down the Old Belfast Road, again in direction of Blake's Cross. Having passed 11 Mile, we will then pass Blake's Cross on our left hand side. Please ensure again that we stay on the left hand side of the road, as the opposite side is open to traffic moving north. We continue up the R132 as we head for our finishing line. We will be taking the first left-hand turn up Turvey Avenue, not going up as far as the roundabout, taking the first left-hand turn. As we approach the junction at the 12 mile mark, make sure we take our left-hand side and heading up Turvey Avenue. We will then be passing our initial starting point. Looking out for a turn right onto Cobb's Lane. At this stage we are about 1 kilometre from our finish line. We run on Cobb's Lane for about 400 metres. This is a very flat section of the course as we approach the turn into Newbridge House. We will be turning left into Newbridge House. From the entrance we have about 600 metres to the finish line. We will be running up the tree-lined avenue, which lasts about 300 metres. Again, a very flat section of the course as we approach the finish line. At the end of the tree-lined avenue, we will be veering to the left, bringing us around to the rear of Newbridge House. The finish line is in the courtyard at the side of the house.